So just welcoming one and all to this little meeting. Okay, the reason I called it, I invited a few of my friends to listen in because um and well, Bob is here, and we have our researcher, director of Healthcare Support Association of America. That's Jonathan Jones. He'll be the one um, speaking directly tonight, and we'll just give an overview of the products we're dealing with and their values, and so there will be a little question and answer session afterwards. You can ask your question, but we plan for it to be quite brief. So this is why we're here, and I just want to thank you all for coming, for joining, and I hope it will prove to be successful. I've personally used the product and I have benefited greatly from it. So that is my main reason why I'm actually even inviting you friends to join a meeting, really. So you can listen on, enjoy, and ask your questions. So over to you, Mr. Jonathan.
Thank you very much, Selma. You did a nice job there. Like you're a little bit uncomfortable with that. You did fantastic with that. So thank you very much for opening things up and welcoming your wonderful guest. I do see some folks that I recognize, some others that have come to support Horace Donnell, and of course Bob is going to support you no matter what happens, or he'll go to the end of the earth for his sister. So, but quite a few others I see also from our other groups. But for those of you who are here for the first time, invited by Selma, thank you for coming. As she mentioned, my name is Jonathan Jones, and I'm the research director for the Healthcare Support Association of America. Now, that's a nonprofit, 501c3 nonprofit organization whose stated purpose is to help to disseminate information into the community about very real, valid, proven, scientifically proven, effective alternative and natural supplements. And I'm very proud to have found a number of things that help people. And when I do research, I'm not behind a microscope, but believe me when I say that I spend time validating things. And as a team of medical professionals, I don't believe in just accepting anybody's word about something, but I do have some medical professionals who will examine things, and I'll even try things on my own family. My mother-in-law takes every single thing that the Dr. Prasad, that I'll tell you about in a moment, has formulated. My wife takes everything. I take everything. I feel very confident these products work. My toe learned how to speak, and my knee learned how to speak, and my lumbar learned how to speak. They tell me when I don't have this man's formulas in my body. I hear it. I hear it loud and clear, and I am compelled to go and produce a remedy. And they work. That's all I can tell you at this point. They do work. But before telling you everything about this, I'm obliged to tell you that the FDA has not evaluated any of the comments that I'm making. This is a normal part of our disclaimer that we have to present so that you know we're not allowed to make medical claims. We're not allowed to give you the impression that any natural substance will treat or cure any disease. And so that's by law, we have to tell you that. We are going to share some testimonials with you. Testimonials are anecdotal. You can decide for yourself whether they have the ring of truth to them or not. You can decide whether they're believable, but I can assure you that nothing has been doctored, nothing has been AI generated, nothing that I will share with you has been artificially created. I'm going to share with you real stories from people that I either personally know or from people that I know are credible and would not fabricate information. And there may be some individuals here right now that can tell you their stories firsthand and in person that you'll hear for yourself. Okay, so the testimonies are purely anecdotal. That means what happens to one person may or may not happen to you. We strongly recommend that you seek the competent medical advice of professionals that you trust. So the information is for information and educational purposes only. So what I'm relating to you is for information and educational purposes only. This is not intended to be a substitute for your visit to your primary healthcare physician. So we encourage you to seek the competent medical advice of professionals that you trust. Okay, so I'm going to share with you a science brochure, excuse me, that I think will help you to give you a background of the products, background of the company, background of the individuals that I'm going to be sharing this information with you on. And we're going to do our best, as Selma mentioned, to leave time for some questions that you might want to ask toward the end of our discussion. And again, I'm going to try to keep it brief, and I'm really going to try not to give you a lot of science. So please don't think that your eyes are going to be rolling in the back of your head. I'm just going to kind of run through it quick. If you do have questions about something, jot it down. This brochure, you'll have access to this, so you can get this. Anybody can have a copy of it. If you want to read it slow and take your time with it, you're more than welcome to do that. Okay, so let me see if I can change the screen to make it a little bigger. I'm hoping that I can make it bigger so you can actually see it better. I'm hoping. So let's see how this goes. So the company that Dr. Prasad is working with is called Engage, the Engage Global, the micronutrient company. So this is what I'm sharing with you now is the science behind the products itself. Dr. Prasad stepped up and answered the question if it was possible for someone to make a product that could keep the soldiers on the battlefield in optimal health.
If
the truth of the matter is,
every second you go over 45 seconds, we will deduct $1,000 away from the Boys and Girls Club.
Okay, I just put the master mute on, so that shut everybody down. But later on, you can still unmute yourselves with that. But it says here, micronutrient deficiency is a crisis in human health, and that's true. And it was Linus Pauling that said that every disease is rooted in a vitamin and mineral deficiency. Every disease. And the food that we're eating right now has almost no nutritional value. It would take about 18 ears of corn today to get the nutrients that your great-grandmother and great-grandmother got back in the early 1900s from eating 1 ear of corn. So the nutrients is all but gone from our food. And that's frustrating and sad because that means that we're not getting healthy. So Dr. Prasad focused on micronutrients, gut health, and healthy weight. So those are the 3 pillars of good health. And that's what his focus is. And that's what the Engage Global Company has also actually mastered. He's been published more than 250 articles by peer review articles. So you can go to the National Library of Medicine and look up Dr. Prasad's published works. So he's a scientist at the highest level. He was mentored by Nobel Prize laureate Linus Pauling. I just quoted him a moment ago when he was his mentor. That's who Dr. Prasad looked up to. I've seen a picture with him and his son standing alongside Dr. Linus Pauling. So he goes way back, and that's what inspired him to be what he is. So he used to be the professor of University of Colorado School of Medicine for some 30 years. And while Dr. Prasad is not a medical doctor, understand something, he was the guy who was teaching doctors. So he was professor for 30 years, University of Colorado School of Medicine. And he's the one who discovered that vitamin E succinate has cancer killing properties. He also determined that there was another fiber in the gut that when fermented also had anti-cancer properties. So as far as discoveries are concerned, he's made 2 major discoveries. There's actually a third one that's not talked about very much, but it's related with relation to cancer as well. So this is just a summary of all of his accolades right there. It goes back to 2001 when the Department of Defense asked for help. And Dr. Prasad was the only one that stepped up. All of the major vitamin companies had wanted no parts of it, but Dr. Prasad was not afraid of meeting the challenge. And I dare say he knocked it out the park with this one. Animal studies were completed. Safety tests were completed. The safety test, by the way, that was the internal review board for the government. Took 9 months of safety testing to get past it. And it's rigorous. He had to prove that his formula did not contraindicate with any known pharmaceutical drugs. So that's pretty major. And you really should keep that in mind, because often we get asked the question at the end of our discussion, are there any interactions with drugs that I'm taking, pharmaceuticals that my doctor suggests that I take? The answer is no already. What if I'm taking Coumadin and blood thinners? The answer is no. What if I'm taking chemotherapy, radiation? The answer is no. There are no pharmaceutical drugs that it contraindicates with. So that means you can't go wrong. And you remember the illustration I gave at the beginning, they took the food out of our food, right? The nutrition that we're eating, the food that we're eating has no nutritional value. Well, Dr. Prasad found the food that was missing. This is the food that's missing from our food. That's all this is. So just keep that in mind. We're not talking about a drug. We're talking about a nutritional supplement, the food that's missing from our food. So when it was finally approved for human consumptions, at the time, only soldiers on the battlefield had access to it. And that's what it looked like, that little beige packet there with those little blister bubbles on it. They would fit right into those army fatigue that the soldier you see there is wearing. And that's how it was designed. Just this past weekend, we have a gentleman who is the now partnering with the Healthcare Support Association of America, who used to be in the intelligence department for the United States government. And he said that he would run across some special forces when they were behind enemy lines. And those guys, when they didn't have access to no food, they reached into their fatigues, their pockets there. And he said that they told him, and they pulled this out. He said that's the first time he ever saw it, was when he was behind enemy lines and in his line of duty. And he said they pulled this out. And they explained to him that this is what they had access to if they didn't have anything to eat. It was designed for them to eat it. You could look at it real closely, and it says Sunday right there. And then it says Monday. And this was the morning dose right there. You see it, it says morning. And then this was the evening dose. So they were to take 2 pills in the morning and 2 in the evening. And that was designed not to fix their health problems. It wasn't designed to cure any disease. It was designed to sustain life. And they told him that they could live not just 3 days, but they could live up to 30 days, they said, just on this, if they didn't have access to food. Now, the official narrative from Dr. Prasad would be like 3 days or so. But they had in their mind they could live up to 30 days if this is all they had access to. So I never heard this directly from someone who was actually in the military that was familiar with it. And so that, for me, helped to further validate the veracity of the stories that I've been told. But that's Dr. Prasad on the left, and he's the guy with the brains, and the guy on the right is David Nemelka. That's the brawn. So he brought the money, and even though the government decided that the product works too good, and they canceled the contract, and I mean that when I say it worked too good, because it was awarded patents for improving or creating optimal health. That was one of the patents that the United States government gave to that product. But it became available to the general public about 8 or 9 years ago. No, about 10 or 11 years ago. It became available to the general public. And now we have access to it. Dr. Prasad did not forget what he had done for the government. And this gentleman here, David Nemelka, brought the money that now makes it possible for us to have access to this amazing product. So this is what it was on the left, and now this is what it is on the right. Comes in a little green bottle, and they turned it into a hydro form. So you can take a little stick packet, put it in water, and drink it down, and it tastes like a citrus drink. Those are the ingredients. And Dr. Prasad figured out that, by the way, he was the world's first radiation biology PhD. So that's where he really got his cut his teeth on, was radiation. Well, 5G radiation today is, well, let's just say what it says right here: 700 times more powerful than the original cell phone technology. Is there anyone here who had one of the original cell phones way back in the day? I don't mean those bricks. I mean the ones that when you put them in your car, it felt like you're sitting on a microwave. Anybody have one of those? Raise your hand if you did. So I remember having one of the bricks. Oh, Sharon Robinson had one of those original ones. Yeah. So Sharon, you must have been somebody important. Bev had one of them, and you know how it felt. It was like a microwave, right? Sharon, what were you gonna say? What was your experience with them, Bev?
I mean, they were just heavy and boxy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was very uncomfortable to have around, and it just was a headache to travel with them. But we did, because I was in Atlanta, and there I was driving a taxi cab, and we needed the phones. This is when they first came out. We had the two-way radios, or CB radios, that's what they were called, the CB radios, but you never could really get through because there was so much interference. So we had the phones, but it was very inconvenient.
And they were deadly. They were deadly. I still remember having one of the early bricks. And I was self-employed at the time, and I'd be on the phone talking to customers. And I always wondered why I would get a headache when I was talking on the phone. I couldn't understand that. I was always getting these headaches from it. And today's cell phones are 700 times more powerful than the original cell phones. Do you understand that? So that means that we're being exposed to excessive amounts of radiation, excessive amounts of radiation that we're being exposed to today. And that is a problem. There was a time when leukemia was the #1 form of cancer in children. Today is glioblastoma, or brain cancer, according to the World Health Organization. They have classified cell phones as possible carcinogen. That's the exact same language they use to describe cigarettes. Possible carcinogen. Okay? So that's what the World Health Organization says about them. So just be aware that we are pretty much one slice of bacon away from having a tumor. And I'm being a little bit facetious there with that, but pretty much we're all being bathed with large amounts of radiation. Does it surprise you that cancer is still the #2 leading cause of death today? And now scientists have coined a new expression. They call it turbo cancer. And so that's it's a very real thing. But anyway, Dr. Prasad added 4 new ingredients to the original microdaily formula and produced microdaily EMF. So this is even a stronger formula to help protect against the additional radiation that we are all being exposed to. So the question you're probably asking now is, yeah, I've heard it all before. Good for the immune system, blah, blah, blah. So maybe we could just share with you 1 or 2 testimonials that may help you to see there's not just the same old, same old. Can I share with maybe 1 or 2 for you guys? If you're squeamish and don't like to see open wounds, then you might want to look away. Okay, because I'm going to share a screen here with you that's going to have 2 screens I'm going to show you that, well, a few of them, but 2 stories I'm going to share with you, and one of them is going to have show an actual open wound. Okay. Well, both of them are actually going to show open wounds. I'm sorry. PowerPoint slideshow. This guy's name is Rick. So look away now from your camera if you don't want to see an open wound. All right. On the left side of the screen, this man was diagnosed with basal cell carcinoma, had been untreated for an extensive period of time. It was eating a hole right in his face. He decided finally that he wanted to try to live and stop the cancer from eating him alive. The doctor told him he would probably lose his eyesight in the eye closest to the wound, and they decided to start with radiation and try to kill it. Just before they started the radiation treatment, someone told him about Dr. Prasad's formula, and that was in August of 2023. As you can see in the picture on the right, not only does this man still see, his eye looks a little bit red, but I don't know, maybe he had a sip of moonshine or something. I don't know. Again, I have no idea about the man's habits or anything like that. But I'm told and confirmed he can see out of both eyes. He didn't lose his hair, and you can barely tell where the wound was. And that's in November. So on the left, as you can see, that was August, and the same year, November. And the problem's gone. So, and all he did was add to his diet. He took the radiation treatment, but he added Dr. Prasad's formula to his regimen, and that was the results. This is another situation. This woman lives in Ecuador, and she's diagnosed with melanoma. Not sure if you can make that out or not. Just try to blow it up so you can actually see it. That's melanoma, and that's a form of cancer. So look away now if you don't want to see an open wound. I'm going to show where the cancer is on this woman's body. This is her foot, and around the edges there, you can see that necrosis is setting in. So that means it's starting to rot. The cancer is eating her alive. The pain was excruciating. She's no longer able to go up and down stairs. She's no longer able to go up and down the hills. She does an extensive amount of volunteer work, and she was no longer able to do that. And the doctor was talking about amputating her foot right there. They were going to take it right off because they didn't want the cancer to spread into her lymph nodes and become a problem. That was the way that they were planning to treat her. This is in April of 2024. On April the 18th, 2024, she received some of Dr. Prasad's formula. Someone told her about it. And the gentleman down there was a missionary, so he was doing a great deal of volunteer work down there. And he told her, the husband, about Dr. Prasad's formula. They decided that they wanted to try it. April the 18th. All right, you hear that? April the 18th is when she started. Look at what it looks like on April the 22nd, 4 days later. Now, I'm no doctor, but doctors have seen these two different pictures, and they've all said the same thing. It's starting to heal because the wound is starting to dry up. 4 days later. And now an additional 6 days later, on April the 28th, you see it? April the 28th, it's all but healed. She's going back out in her volunteer work regularly, engaging in her normal daily activities. She's no longer feeling the pain. And by the way, the doctor said that she might lose the foot, but by this time, she has not even gone back to the doctor yet for a follow-up so that he could begin making the arrangements for surgery. She hasn't even gone back to him yet. And now just a few days later, on May the 1st, May the 2nd, this is what her foot looks like. You can barely tell where the wound, where the cancer previously was. Look at side by side. April the 18th on the left, May the 1st on the right. That's less than 2 weeks later. And those are the kinds of results you get. Now, again, remember what I said before. Testimonials are purely anecdotal. Results are atypical. What happens to one person may or may not happen to you. The Healthcare Support Association of America, Engage Global, Dr. Prasad, Jonathan Jones, none of the authorized representatives, we're not making claims that these supplements will treat or cure any disease. What you're hearing is for information and educational purposes only. And this discussion is not intended to be a substitute for a visit to your doctor. So please go to your doctor, seek the competent medical advice of a professional that you trust. Okay, but I can tell you that those observational studies are indeed true. It really happened that way. Dr. Prasad says the reason for that is because cancer requires glucose and glutamine. That's the reason why this happened. Cancer requires glucose and glutamine. If you deprive the cells of either one of those things, either one, the cancer cells will die, according to what Dr. Prasad says. His formula deprives it of both of them simultaneously. It blocks the uptake of glucose and glutamine. Dr. Prasad recommends a probiotic boost to help the body as well. This is the micro daily I told you about. This is the probiotic boost that he formulated specifically. It's very powerful. It has heat resistant and acid resistant strains in it so that this probiotic makes it into your gut and into the colon where it will do the most good. This omega-3, that's what I've been taking for my back pain, by the way. I take 2 of those 3 or 4 times a day. Amazing. I have herniated disc in my lumbar. Collagen daily, excellent. Also good for pain. This resolved my knee pain because my knee was also talking to me and my toe. So this took care of that. But this also blocks beta amyloids. So we had a whole discussion about Alzheimer's and dementia. And Dr. Prasad explained how deadly beta amyloids are. Well, collagen peptides, when ingested, has a unique ability in that it blocks beta amyloids. So we've had folks who, at one time, one woman, we have her story, she was not able to speak, no response. She began responding with sentences when she was 10 years into Alzheimer's and had not been speaking before. She began to respond on command and use sentences to communicate back with her family. Amazing, huh? And that's what she added to her diet. So this is the core 4. That's what we recommend the most. And it costs about $200 or so. Dr. Prasad formulated a digestive boost. He formulated a brain boost. He formulated a sleep boost. He formulated a CBD boost. All of these are outstanding products in their own right. But the core 4 itself, the retail cost for each individual item would be $310. The individual ingredients would cost more than $1,000 if you went for the individual ingredients. But your cost is $200. I think it's actually, there's been a price increase. I think it's $205 now is the actual price. Because, you know, the tariffs and all the other stuff that's going on these days, the price went up a little bit. But still the same, it's not $1,000 for a bunch of different products. It's only about $200, and you get the entire core 4 that Dr. Prasad recommends. If that's still too much for you, then these 2 are the minimum Dr. Prasad recommends, and I think the price is about $115, I think, something like that, maybe $112, $113, whatever it is. But it's not $163. Okay, the retail price now would be about $167. So it's not that. You get the discounted price here. If you go on subscription, that means you're agreeing to stay on it for at least 90 days, 4 orders. So an initial order and then 3 subscription orders. And then you're able to get the discounted price. If you stop, that changes everything, deals off. So just speak with the person that invited you, between Selma and Bob and myself. I'll be willing to help you to set your order up and make sure that you get access to what you need for this. Okay? So those are the 2 testimonials that I want to share with you. Bob also has an additional testimonial that he'd like to relate. I think this is a family member, isn't it, Bob? That got some good results taking
not really a family member. It's someone. Well, I could relate one about a family member. I could relate one.
Whichever one. You mentioned Nikki or somebody. You mentioned Nikki, I think.
Nikki, so. Yes. She was on well, she's not a family member, but she, you know, actually she was introduced to me by Selma because she was having some issues. I remember she was talking to me on the phone. She could hardly speak because she was just short of breath. You know, she was out of breath every time because she had the recurring cancer. She had cervical cancer. She did it 4 years before it returned, and then what happened? It spread to her lungs. So she was having a terrible time, and then the chemo was doing a number on her because it just would weaken her. They had to, I mean, with her legs, it said it was just hurting, a lot of neuropathy, and so on. So she was having a hard time. No, I suggested that the dose, because she had to go on some therapeutic doses of the micro daily, and I gave her the suggestion as to what to use. She started using it, and in less than 3 months, I told her try at least go for 90 days, see what it does. In less than 3 months, she was declared cancer free, right? I mean, they were still treating her with the chemo, so she was able to take the chemo on that. But then she was able to tolerate the chemo much better because of it, and the side effects wasn't as serious as it was before. And she went through and she took it. I remember she called me one day and she said, Brother Evans, I have to tell you something. You know, today I was talking to my daughter and just for myself, I just burst out laughing and I wasn't coughing or anything. I mean, it's the first time I've been able to do that in a long, long time, ever since the cancer returned. So she was happy. She's happy now. She's cancer free. She's back to work, for a little while now. So that has been, something that
That's
I was
wonderful.
happy to help her with that.
What kind of cancer did you say again it was, Bob? Lung cancer?
She had cervical cancer that returned and then it spread to her lungs, metastasized to her lungs.
And had metastasized to her lungs. So, wow, that's pretty impressive, Bob. Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing that. That was definitely exciting to hear. It is gratifying when you hear someone's life change that way. Madai Para is also someone who got outstanding results with the product. Madai, are you in a position to share your story now?
Yes, I am.
All right, fantastic. We'd love to hear it.
Yeah, so I am a person who suffered with fibromyalgia, and let's see, I was diagnosed in 2001, and it was just a very chronic rheumatic syndrome and type of arthritis that caused widespread pain as if injured. So if I touched my bones, it felt as though I was injured. And so at the same time, I had fatigue, I had sleep problems, headaches. And with that came emotional and mental distress because I felt miserable. And I went to doctors, I did treatments, I ordered supplements. I mean, I tried everything in the book. I spent a lot of money. And it caused depression and anxiety too. More so that no one could see the pain, but I had it. It was there. And so no one could really tell me what was wrong with me. I had a blood work done with over 90 biomarkers, and I was given supplements again, which was just, magnesium, vitamin D. So to make a long story short, I found Microdaily. I've been on Microdaily for about a year now. And today I have more energy and patience, since those fibromyalgia symptoms have improved, and I'm able to work out again and I feel amazing. So I thought I should share with folks here.
Wow, thank you. Thank you very much, Madai. And I've known Madai now for a couple of years, and I know when she first got started. And if I'm correct, this is the first time you're sharing the story, isn't it, Madai?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you guys heard it first here tonight at Selma's meeting, and we're excited. We're thrilled to hear that that's the kind of benefits that Madai has gotten with the products. And again, we told you that testimonies are pretty anecdotal. What happens to one person may or may not happen to you. So let's do this. Horace, we may get back to you in a minute, but I want to see if anyone's got any questions first before we use up the full amount of time that we promised to take here, because we want to try to keep this meeting as brief as possible for you guys. But I want to answer any questions you have. So I just summarized a lot of things really, really quickly, and but there may be some holes. You may be wondering about something. You might be wondering, could it have some specific benefit to you personally? Is it only for cancer? Is it only for fibromyalgia? Is it only for arthritis? Is it only for certain things? You may be wondering that. So any questions at all? Is there anything that's not clear? I didn't tell you that there were a number of patents on the product. Again, just most of it was just because of time. Is the only reason I didn't share a lot of this information with you. A lot of things. The microdaily EMF has been patented, and the collagen peptide has been patented. Most of the formulas now are either patented or patent pending. It's one or the other with it, which is kind of impressive all by itself. These are just, again, some more of the formulas here. So, Margaret, you have a question? Go ahead, please. And don't forget to unmute, Margaret. Margaret Ferguson.
Yes.
There we-
I'm good evening. I was invited by Selma, and what I like to know, I'm having problem with memory, especially when I get up in the mornings, my brain is blank. There's nothing there. So I would like to know if I take this product, if it would improve my memory.
That's a very good question, Margaret. Very good question. I can tell you that there's one product like this one here that you're looking at that a lot of folks have said that this has helped them when they take the micro daily and the probiotic and they add the brain boost to it. Many folks are saying that their memory has improved tremendously. I have a video of a woman sharing her story. She said her memory had gotten so bad that she forgot how to put her wedding rings on. Literally Googled, how do I put my wedding rings on? So she was losing it. So she was in serious, cognitive decline. It was pretty bad. But she added micro daily, collagen, and the brain boost. And she told her entire story without any notes, and just told it straight from memory. She told her entire story and was able to communicate very, very comfortably. So I personally take 2 of these twice a day. In fact, I have mine right here in front of me right now.
Okay.
And so that's how I remember what I'm doing. I keep track of things like this because I'm not using a script, by the way. This is all going strictly from memory. So I can say, yes, I believe that you will find excellent results with it, but you got to stick with it. And that's the problem is some people will take 1 or 2 pills and say, oh, well, it didn't work. Or the next day say, oh, I forgot to take it. No, you got to set a reminder for yourself.
Okay.
Set an alarm and take it twice a day. Take all of them twice a day. And in 90 days time, if you don't see results, then you can go ahead and go back to something else, try something else. But I feel pretty confident you will be happy with the results, that you will see improvement, okay?
Okay.
So thank you for asking your question. Todd family, please go ahead.
Yes, I'd like to know, does it have any effect on blood pressure, people with hypertension?
That's a good question too. This particular product right here that you're looking at, now before this product here was even released, this one here called Heart Boost, before this was released, many people had shocking results with their blood pressure. I'm going to tell you about one of my own personal experiences with it. This was, I'll just call her my spiritual mother, okay? I went over to help her do some work. She had an insurance claim after one of the hurricanes came through. I think it was Irma or something. But she asked me to help her with the insurance claim. I went by to, I used to do that professionally before, and it helped her with a previous claim. So I went by and she came to the door and I said, oh my God, you look terrible. How are you feeling? She said, I feel awful. I can't get my blood pressure down. And she says that they got me on 4 blood pressure medications. And it was like 230 over 180 or some ridiculous high number. And I said to her, I said, I think I may have something that would help you. She said, I'll try anything. I got back in my car, drove home, and came back with Micro Daily, just the original Micro Daily. And she started taking it. She sent me a text message about 3 or 4 days later. And the text message says, she said, I can't believe it. My blood pressure is down to 160 over 90 or something like that. But it was much lower than what she says. I could not how is it that 4 medications didn't do this? And I just, for 3-4 days on these supplements, and I get this kind of result. She was so excited about it. So I went back to do some follow-up work for her a week or two later, and she handed me the entire package back. And I said, what's wrong? She said, well, my doctor told me to stop taking this because it was interfering with his treatment. And I stared in total disbelief. I looked back at the text message that she sent me about how great she was doing. And the doctor told her that it was interfering with his treatment. I couldn't even argue the point. She listened to her doctor, period. And again, I'm not saying that no, you shouldn't listen to your doctor. I don't say that at all. But she decided to follow her doctor's instructions and gave the product back to me. And about 7 or 8 months later, maybe a year later, she was on dialysis. And about a year after that, she died. You know, so again, that was before we had the Heart Boost product also. So I can tell you what I saw myself, the results that my spiritual mother got with the product. And that was with this one. Again, testimonies are purely anecdotal. Since then, Dr. Prasad has put this formula here together. This one further helps the body with processing the issues related to cardiovascular health and improving blood pressure. So many folks have said that their pressure has improved with this. In fact, the gentleman I told you about earlier today, Mr. Eastman, who is now partnering with Healthcare Support Association of America, he just told his story this past Saturday, yesterday, and said that he was on 4 blood pressure medications and now he's on nothing. And he barely just started using the product about 4 weeks ago. I put him on therapeutic dosages of microdaily, and I put him on a healthy dose of the Heart Boost, the Probiotic Boost, and the collagen. And he says he's always had blood pressure problems. He said since he was a kid, he's always had blood pressure problems. So we have a recording of him telling his story just yesterday. So if you like,
what's the remedy for the way you said for the blood pressure? Is the micro daily and what? Isn't you have to take something else besides just the micro daily?
Dr. Prasad recommends taking microdaily, probiotic boost. You can order those as a combo, and then he recommends adding to that the Heart Boost, the one that I just showed a picture of. So that
okay, so I missed the I saw the collagen and omega-3 or something. I missed the benefit of those. I did hear about the microdaily and the probiotic.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're wanting more. The omega-3 is just phenomenal. Most people understand that omega-3 is beneficial for the brain and for the heart and circulation. So those are good things. What I personally have found is it's phenomenal for inflammation. That's what I take for my back. So this has been helping me with my back pain. So besides it being good for the brain and good for the heart and good for your circulation, it also helps reduce inflammation tremendously. The collagen, we lose collagen starting at age 25. At age 25, our collagen levels start to go down. And the reason is because we begin producing an enzyme. That enzyme degrades collagen in our body. We start causing the problem ourselves. That's why we start looking older from the age of 25 onward, because we're producing this enzyme. Well, Dr. Prasad put something, if you look at the screen real closely, it's called enzyme inhibitor. Let me see if I can find, oh, here it is, right here's a better picture. He put in this enzyme inhibitors, and that means you keep what you make. So it blocks the enzyme that naturally degrades collagen in our body. So the other collagen, you go to Costco, you can buy it for $20 off the shelf, maybe $30 or $40, whatever it is. And but you're losing the collagen almost as fast as you make it. But this one, you keep what you make because it's blocking the enzyme that degrades the collagen in our body. So it's great for the skin. It's great for skin elasticity, rejuvenation. It's great for hair, great for nails, great for the joints. It helps with GLP-1. It helps with organ health, healthy aging. And it's going to take me a little bit to tell you about this DPP-4 enzymes. It's going to take a minute to tell you about that, but I'm going to put it in one word for you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Diabetes. Okay. That's what DPP-4 is all about. Some drugs, some diabetes drugs are DPP-4, DDP. That should be DPP. Anyway, whatever. Let's call it DDP-4 enzyme. Some drugs mimic this, but the collagen peptide does it with no side effects. The exact same thing. So collagen peptide is phenomenal. So you just can't beat it. So the benefits of the core 4. So if a person was dealing with blood pressure issues, they would definitely want to take this and this whole core 4 if you can afford it, and then also add to that the heart boost. Where is it? That one right there, the heart boost. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome. And if you want custom, if anybody wants a custom protocol,
Mm-hmm.
protocol, we do offer those. So just go to the website, Harry Charlie Sam. Let me just see if I can write it down so it's easier. I'm gonna put it in the chat so it's easier for everybody to see it. You go to the website, aaa.com/focus, and you fill out the form. You fill out the form, and we'll help you with a customized protocol for your specific situation.
Okay.
But in general terms, everybody can benefit from the core 4, and then just add one of the boost products to it. That's the basic way that it works. Okay, so very good question. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Quite welcome. Okay, any other questions? So Selma, if you're there, once again, Selma,
Yes, I'm here.
Just want to commend you and applaud you for reaching out to your friends and inviting them to hear about the products. I'm going to just assume that because there's no more questions right now, that pretty much everything has been explained to their satisfaction. I just don't want the meeting to go any longer than necessary. So I'm just trying to, keep it as brief as possible. And I do want to thank all of you, for your attention. And I'm happy to answer more questions. So you can feel free to also email me. I'll send you my email address as well. eg@jonathanejones.com. And I'll be happy to answer more questions and help you and guide you along if something was missed or overlooked. Okay, but I'm excited about the product and excited about the number of people that we're seeing benefit from this. Our nonprofit organization, Healthcare Support Association of America, is gearing up so that anyone can choose to become a member of the association. And that membership is going to give you access to even more things, not just free protocols. It's going to give you access to our medical team and potentially give you access to even private health insurance and health coverage, and many other things like telemedicine and discounts on products outside of even Dr. Prasad's formula. Okay, so thank you guys very much for your kind attention. And Selma, I'm going to just turn it back over to you to say goodnight to your friends.
Okay.
Oh.
Thank you so very much.
Happy to help. Oh, there's one more question, Hillary. You want me to answer this other question?
Yes, please.
Go ahead, Hillary. Don't forget to unmute, please. Okay, let's try it now.
Okay. So my question is concerning diabetes.
Okay.
Is there, I know you said about the core 4, but is there an additional one that you would have to get?
I would recommend that in addition to the core 4, I would recommend you add one additional bottle of original Micro Daily.
Micro Daily.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Just order one additional, because I'm going to suggest that you take not the normal amount of Micro Daily, but take double the amount of Micro Daily. Okay, so don't take the standard amount, double it up. and then you'll see better results quicker.
Mhm.
My sister was
Okay.
one of the first people that I ever experimented on with micro daily, and we found out she screamed. She said her fasting sugar levels had never been that low, so she absolutely loves it. My sister-in-law the same way, and my mother-in-law, they had to take her off insulin. So you name it, we're just seeing it over and over and over again where people are getting their life back. Type 1 diabetes is harder to manage because the pancreas isn't working. But type 2, a person can actually literally get to a point where they're off their meds if the doctor allows them to.
Okay. How about cholesterol, high cholesterol?
Piece of cake. They call microdaily the poor man's Lipitor. That's what Dr. Boone nicknamed it, the poor man's Lipitor. There was a
Okay.
clinical study that was done with a group of firemen in Colorado, and
Mm-hmm.
the side effect that they had was every one of them, their carotid arteries was completely clear after the clinical study was done, and they weren't even checking for that, but they all noticed every single one of them that was taking it, their carotid artery was totally clear, and their cholesterol was like non-existent. So with that, they gave it the nickname, the poor man's Lipitor.
Okay. Thank you.
And
Very
do you,
well.
sorry, one more question. So with the diabetes, if you're borderline, do you still suggest, um, to double up on the micro daily if you're
No,
just, borderline?
no. If you're borderline, you can get by with just the standard amount.
With the same.
Generally speaking, depending on your age and other chronic problems. If you have chronic problem, I recommend you double up.
No, my husband, he's like, borderline diabetes, and cholesterol and borderline hypertension.
How old is
Like
he?
everything, 44, 45.
Why not play it safe and just double up for 90 days and then go back to the standard amount once everything's under control?
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. That'll get you better results quicker, because otherwise you sit back, you come back and complain to Selma it didn't work when it wasn't.
But you suggest with the core 4 to add the heart boost.
I would absolutely add the heart boost and one more bottle, one extra bottle of the original micro daily. Double up on that original micro daily, and
Okay.
just for 90 days. After the 90 days, you can reduce that extra bottle. You don't need it. Just go back to the standard doses as indicated on the bottles.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so I have one question. So for for acid reflux, what's the best supplement you have for that?
Acid reflux is
Mhm.
the best thing for that is to chew more. Number one, chew more, because a lot of times we push the envelope and we demand that our stomach do more than it's designed to do.
Mhm.
We only get one shot at chewing food, and that's in the mouth. So we really should swallow it when it's liquid. That's what we should do. That's not what we do, but that's what we should do.
Mhm.
So, but now that there is the issue, a tablespoon or two of apple cider vinegar a couple times a day will also help with this,
Mhm.
right? Because some people think that you need less acid in your stomach when you got acid reflux. The problem is an insufficient amount. And people are taking Prilosec OTC and making the whole problem worse. Okay, so
Mhm.
apple cider vinegar to your diet, number one. And number two, add in the, why is this not moving? Oops. Add in the probiotic boost and the
Mhm.
digest. This one right here, make sure you're adding this to your diet, the probiotic boost,
Mhm.
and make sure that you're adding the digestive boost to the program. So get on the core 4, add the probiotic boost, which is already in the core 4.
Mhm.
This digestive boost, take one before you eat, one after you eat. In fact, I would add 2 extra bottles if I was you. I'd be sucking this down like Tic Tacs.
Okay.
My wife takes these religiously. We don't ever run out of these. You can take 2, 3, or 4 before you eat and a couple after you eat. It's unbelievable the difference it'll make. This is like dropping teeth down in your stomach.
Okay. So if I
Okay.
was just to do the apple cider vinegar, I know I need a probiotic. So like a teaspoon, like in water.
Yeah. Take a couple tablespoons in the morning with water, 8 ounces of water, and squeeze the juice from a half a lemon. Do that a couple times a day.
Okay.
That starts the process going in the right direction.
Okay.
Get off the over-the-counter antacids. Stop that. That's creating a worse problem.
I know.
Yeah. Just get away from that and start fixing it the right. And this is another step in the right direction. Another step in the right direction would be a really good bovine colostrum. The one that I recommend the most is called ImmuneRx. And it's the best one that we've found so far. And you buy that. It's not from this company. AmericBio.com. AmericBio.com is the website. That's a colostrum. It's a high quality bovine colostrum. Unbelievable. So, but this, when you add, and mind you, I would only go to this if the digestive boost and the probiotic is not enough. Because some people's gut is so bad, it's actually on the borderline of being an ulcer, and you don't even know it's an ulcer. And if that's the case, the colostrum will heal it while all of this is working. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. Welcome. Wait a minute. I thought y'all didn't have no questions. What is this? Go ahead, Cordell.
Hi, good evening. So the question I have is on the heart boost. So I take aspirin daily because I have a blood condition that causes my blood to thicken. So I was wondering, can you do the heart boost with the aspirin, or would you recommend it as an alternative? My concern is I've been taking aspirin for almost 8 years now, and I'm concerned about the side effects where it irritates your stomach, ulcers, and so forth.
And
So
many,
I was, yes.
yeah, I would, if it were me, if it was my wife, I would be reducing that and replacing it with heart boost.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I wouldn't go cold turkey, but I would be reducing it.
Right now it's a low dosage, 81 mg.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm pretty much at the lowest dose.
Whack it in half and go to.
Dosage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd start. If my doctor said it was okay, I'd start cutting that thing in half, and then go from there.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. You're quite welcome. Okay, so we're good. I think we're good.
I think there's another question. Julie, I don't know if Julian has a question.
No, maybe Toria.
You know, one more question
My
came to
primary
mind.
question is concerning weight loss. I don't know if there's any weight loss.
I do have one too on that as well too. The GLP-1, Julian, we're looking at that, and it says the GLP-1.
Yes.
Is that the weight loss as well too? I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
Yes, the GLP-1 boost. I'm going to see if I can find the I believe I have the information sheet on that. It's not in that flyer, that brochure that I was showing you guys, because that brochure was printed before the GLP-1 product was produced. Let me see if I can find the flyer on that. I've got the FAQs on it, but yeah, I don't see the flyer itself. But anyway, yes, the GLP-1 boost product is it behaves in the body just like Ozempic and Mounjaro. Now, Ozempic and Mounjaro are semi-glutides, so they substitute or mimic your body's own natural GLP-1. They mimic it, so it's like a synthetic component going into the body. Just like you take a shot of insulin, it mimics your body's own production of insulin. The GLP-1 boost product causes your body to make its own GLP-1, but also to manufacture its own GIP. So you get the sensation of being full earlier naturally. and it fixes the part of our brain that makes us have cravings and helps with our metabolism. So you can take that as much as twice a day. So
Mm-hmm.
most get by with taking 2 capsules once a day, but some people have to take 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening. 30 minutes before those two meals, before breakfast and 30 minutes before supper, if they need to take it for that second day. It's not a quick weight loss program
Mm-hmm.
by any stroke of the imagination. So you could lose a pound or two a month. The gentleman I just told you about earlier, Mr. Eastman,
Mm-hmm.
he's been on it for like 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, 4 weeks. I think he's actually been on the product itself. He's lost about 8 pounds so far. And there have been others, including women, that are saying they're losing pretty good. Some
Mm-hmm.
women not losing very well. But part of the reason for that is because the body goes through a conversion where it helps with the production of muscle and the reduction of fat. Does anybody know the difference between the weight of muscle versus the weight of fat?
Um,
Muscles weigh more than fat.
more, yeah.
Yeah. So while you're losing fat and you're gaining muscle, what could the scale seem to look like?
Like you're getting fatter actually
You're getting
when you're not.
weighing more. You're weighing more. That's what it
Yeah, and all
does.
of a sudden you're gonna pick up the GLP-1, and what you gonna do with it?
Oh, Jonathan,
Throw
Flush
it
it.
out.
let's fix that.
So across the room, you're gonna throw across the room and go get a milkshake. When all you had to do was think about it for a minute. You got more muscle and less fat. That's not
Yes,
bad. That's good.
yes.
Stick with it. So if once you get started on it, don't start throwing the stuff around the room and don't go get a milkshake.
Thank you.
All right, you're quite welcome. And that's a very, very good thing. We love that stuff. We've had a lot of the men especially been complaining that they have to go buy new belts because their belts just can't get tight enough anymore.
Okay, thank you. Sign me up. I'm already sold.
Yep, that's the one to go for. So Selma will get you. Now, if for some reason Selma can't, get you guys all squared away, just get with Bob and he'll schedule time so we can process all your orders and get you all set up. Todd family, you got the last word on this.
All right, sorry. One more question. One more question. So,
I heard
you know
from.
what just came to mind? Okay, because I was here when you mentioned about how they came up with the military with the micro daily and stuff with the nutrients and stuff. But what comes to my mind just now, what is the difference between me taking between the micro daily formulated things and just going to the vitamin store and getting a multivitamin? What's the difference between a micro daily versus a multivitamin at a vitamin store?
Well, that's a great question. That's a really, really good question. Thank you for answering it. One is garbage, one is great.
Is it natural? Like what? I don't know. Like.
Oh, you want details? Okay.
No, because one is like way cheaper and the other is expensive.
So what does that tell you?
I mean, I know you got to pay for good quality,
You get what you pay for. You will.
but
You will.
like sometimes you have a medication, like a genetic versus a brand name. When you compare the labels, it has the same exact ingredients, but one costs way more than the other.
That's right. Yep. And
So.
it could appear that way. So let me just tell you something. Let me
Mhm.
let me break it down for you. We've had so many clients who literally have their table covered with vitamins. And they've been taking some of the best vitamins they were told most of their life. And for some reason, after just a couple of doses of micro daily, a certain pain in their fingers improves. A certain pain in their knee is gone. And they can't understand why this seems to do what that whole table full of vitamins hasn't done up until that time. And the difference is because of the scientists behind it. I challenge you to go to Walgreens and ask them who formulated any of the vitamins in that store. I challenge you to call the manufacturer of any one of those companies and ask them who formulated it. You can't find out one scientist behind it. You know why? Because some computer did it, or some college kid did it. And guess where they're getting their ingredients? From the most economical source they could. And ask yourself this question. Every single vitamin company had the opportunity to go after the contract that only Dr. Prasad went after. When the government said, make us a vitamin that would keep the soldiers on the battlefield healthy. They could have gone and gotten Centrum Silver. They could have gone and gotten one-a-day vitamins. Flintstone vitamins been on the market since I was a kid. Why did they just go get that? Why did the government not just go get what was already available? Why did they want something specifically engineered for this specific purpose? Because it didn't exist. And every single vitamin company took a step back. Ask yourself why. Why would you make something that made everybody better? Why would you make something that made everybody healthier? What could that do to your real business model? Because guess who owns those vitamin companies? One guess, who owns them?
The government.
Pharmaceutical company.
No, government, who?
Big Pharma.
Pharmaceutical company.
Big Pharma owns them. I sell insulin. I treat cancer. I treat diabetes. I treat arthritis. Why would I give you a vitamin that's going to get rid of my market? That doesn't make good business sense. Now, it may sound like conspiracy theory, and I'm not suggesting that they would have ulterior motives. I'm not suggesting that the pharmaceutical companies don't have your best interests at heart at all. So please don't misunderstand my statement. But I'm only asking a question. Why would I do that? I had one doctor say this to me. I was giving a lecture, a whole room full of doctors one time. One of them had the courage, came up to the room. He said, let me just ask you one question, young man. Why would I give my patients your product that I can make $250 on when I can put them in the system legally and make $250,000 on them? He said, why would I do that? And I wanted to throw up on his patent leather shoes because obviously we had different agendas. I'm trying to help people. He's trying to make money. So again, I'm not saying that because I'm comparing that doctor's viewpoint to the pharmaceutical industry or anything like that. I'm not trying to suggest that they're trying to make billions of dollars or anything like that. It's just unrelated to this discussion altogether. I hope that helps you though.
Yes, it does. Thanks.
You're quite welcome. Dolores, Levette, I said somebody had the last one, and it's a long time ago now. Y'all just blown the whole calendar away now. The whole clock has been blown.
Hey, okay, hello everybody. I just want to respond to the question that was asked about the difference in the multiple vitamins and the micronutrients. Well, first of all, it says multiple vitamins, then they're micronutrients. The multiple vitamins does not have the nutrients in them that the macronutrient does. But with multiple vitamins, I mean, they might have a list of the ingredients, but then we have to be able to trust them. We can trust the macronutrients because the doctor that's behind them is a scientist, and I mean, he has his formula with all the products, and they're just totally different. It's, the macronutrients give us all the nutrients that our bodies need that we're not getting from food, and that's not true of multiple vitamins. We get multiple vitamins, we don't know who makes it. We know what they say the ingredients are, but Dr. Prasad's formulation, we are assured of what we have. I've been taking the macronutrients for 8 years. My whole family takes them. They're safe for babies, old folks, young people, doesn't matter. The vitamins, that's not the case. Plus, when you take a vitamin, do you have someone to instruct you as to how many, you need to take? But each condition, they just have a general direction on the bottle. And that's with Dr. Prasad, we have a direction instructions, but we also have our meetings to help us to appreciate if we need to take more or if we need to take just the standard doses. So you much better off. Yeah, yes, they cost more, but our life. I think your health is worth. I know mine is. So that's it's a lot of difference in the micronutrients and the multivitamins.
Thank you very much, Dolores. That's good comment there. Very good comment. Wilma Garland. I saw Wilma there a minute ago. Okay, she put her hand down. Bev?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know I had unmute. Did y'all hear me at all?
Oh, Wilma?
Okay, yes. I wanted to address that too about the nutrients and the vitamins. For me, well, the nutrients has probably been mentioned already though, but it works at the cellular level. So the nutrients are designed to heal. They have the healing properties, whereas not just vitamins, but most medications just to keep you at bay. It doesn't actually heal you. And for myself, I was on Cavitolol for a couple of years. I started taking the heart boost, and in 6 weeks, I went for my echocardiogram, and the doctor gave me a report that my heart had completely healed itself. She had no issues with my heart. She said that keep doing what I'm doing. Of course, she thought I was taking the Cavitolol, but I had stopped because I wanted to see what it was going to do. And so I'm no longer taking Carbidolol. I'm taking the heart boost. The medication, the pharmaceutical, it didn't heal me. It just kept you at bay. Same way with blood pressure medicine. You can take the blood pressure medicine, but it just keeps you on it forever. Take the heart boost. You eventually be off the blood pressure medicine. So that's the difference. It has the healing properties, works at the cellular level. It gives your body what it needs. My eyes. I just go to the my ophthalmologist and he said, "Oh, you got cataracts. No need, we have to do any surgery now. You're not there yet." Okay. I took the eye boost. Go back, no cataracts or no floaters. But what did he give me? Nothing. But oh, you're not there yet. Just so the difference is these nutrients give the body what it needs to as a healing property.
Thank you very much. That's a very good observation. Very powerful. Hillary, let's get
Yes,
Hillary.
I was
Question.
wondering about the liver enzymes. Which ones work for the enzymes?
Liver enzymes, raising lymphocytic glutathione levels will help with the liver. So
What?
that would be
Which one?
raising glutathione levels will help with that.
Oh.
That links back to the micro daily. So
Okay.
highly recommend the micro daily original, taking 2 or 3 times the normal amount.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
The liver. You got to raise those in the glutathione levels in the liver. Okay, and that's what we'll do it.
Okay.
All right, you're very welcome. Bev, go ahead, please.
Just want to mention quickly about the new products, the menopause relief. I know that's not in the science brochure, or you didn't mention it, but I thought that'd be good to mention it because I've heard that there are experiences about the menopause. For myself, I suffered with very bad hot flashes. And menopause the relief has really reduced it. It didn't take it away, but it did reduce it. But I also heard of, people, the women that are still menstruating, that they have cramps, that it helped with that. So that I just wanted to bring that up.
Excellent. Thank you very much for bringing that up. So Sharon and Karen, we're gonna have to stop here. So we've gone way over.
That is no fair. That is no fair.
I'm so sorry, Sharon. We gone way over the allotted time here.
Just real quick. I'm talking about the multivitamins. Dr. Vasad said when they had the multivitamins and they had the copper and the iron, it corrodes. It does not mix with vitamin C. So that's the reason why, his formula, his stuff is completely different. Thank
There
you.
we go.
And
Powerful.
CBD helps with anxiety. Good
CBD.
night. Thank you.
Beautiful. You guys are awesome. You're awesome and wonderful. Thank you
Doc-
for your
Dr.
support.
Prasad stops formulating these things, we wouldn't have so much to talk about.
Look at everybody would have been in the bed by now, right?
Yeah.
I need a nap. All right, so Selma, there we have it.
Yeah, I had one question, but I guess I'm out of it.
You're
You're the host, Selma, so you can do whatever you want.
There was some concern. A friend of mine, her legs are really swollen, really badly swollen, and painful too, I think. So doctors, they do tests, but they can't seem to find out what's really wrong. And was just wondering if there's anything that could help that. So
highly recommend couple things. I would go on double doses of Micro Daily Probiotic Boost, definitely. And she needs to walk more. Most of the time, because once we get to that point, sometimes a little bit of being a little bit overweight, that can create a problem. Another thing that would help would be a trampoline. A trampoline would get the lymphatic system moving. So, and I'm not talking about doing cartwheels and flips or anything like that. I'm just talking about just bouncing. Get the ones with a handle on it and just bounce. So the gravity is amazing for what it does to get the lymphatic system, because there's no heart pumping fluid through the lymphatic system. Movement is the only thing that gets it going through there. Now, short of that, there's a product that Dr. Nakuzi has formulated. It's called Lymphatic Flush. That also can help the lymphatic system to move. But short of that, those things will do it. But I would highly recommend start with double doses of Micro Daily, the original. One original, one EMF, one dose of original, one dose of EMF, along with the probiotic boost. And that would definitely help to get things flowing properly, because that's a buildup of fluid. It needs to get going. I would add the omega-3 to it, and I would add Heart Boost if they can afford it.
I need to write that down. So that's the Macro Daily EMF and the original Macro Daily?
Yeah, this is all recorded, so you'll get the recording of this entire thing.
Oh, okay. Okay, sure. All right.
So it's all available it will be available to you. We'll send you a link to it. It's on my YouTube channel now. So my YouTube channel, anybody that wants to share this with someone, just go to youtube.com/Jonathan Jones and go to the live section, youtube.com/Jonathan Jones. Go to the live section, and this unedited recording is there right now available.
Oh.
And next time when we have a meeting, then I'll talk about this person was trying for 12 years to get pregnant, and just after 2 months, I mean, she was pregnant on Micro Daily, just so the Micro Daily formulation. But I'll talk in more detail next time.
Phenomenal. Thank you very much. Okay.
Wow.
So thank you all for your kind attention, and I'm going to say good night here, and go ahead, Selma, if you'd like to conclude your meeting.
Okay, well, thank you so very much, Jonathan. It was a pleasure and very informative. I'm sure my audience, was really happy to be here tonight. And thank you guys for coming. And if there's nothing else to say, I think we're all gonna go, right? Or if you still want to stay on and talk, I don't know. I have co-hosts, I don't have hosts.
Thank you.
Yep, if anybody wants to stay on and talk, they can stay on as long as they want to.
Okay, fine. So we're not telling you bad, but I mean, yeah. Do I still have to be in the spotlight, or could we put it on to Bob?
Yeah, you can do anything you like.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you guys for your support. Have a good night, everybody.
Yeah, man. Okay. Thanks.
Good night, everyone. Good night.
Good night.
Okay, good night.
Selma,
Yeah.
if we want to get more, we get in touch with you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'll Bob, you have anything to add?
Well, the thing is this, because one thing, any specific thing, you're dealing with because the formulation is not necessarily just one size fit all, but there will be support, with whatever. Once you start using the products, anything you're using, there's support with it. So you can always contact me. Sometimes I contact Jonathan or whatever he produces a paper. There's also you'll have access also to a frequently asked. It's a WhatsApp group where people ask questions and you get questions. Sometimes documents are provided, supporting documents if you have a question. The research is done and you will get answers. So but and any additional questions you have on the product, I mean, there's some that I can answer. It's just that Jonathan is more of the expert. I mean, but I still know a little bit, so I can also share.
Oh, and I wanted to add to about if it can be further discounted if they subscribe or if they want to.
If they would want to repeat that.
To subscribe, if you do a subscription versus just getting.
Right. Okay. The thing with the subscription, you get a discount on when if for example you decide to subscribe, because it's best to try for 90 days just to see how it does, and this is what Dr. Prasad suggests. So because they want to encourage that, they give this a discount on that subscription because they want you to get results, right? So it's like a 25% discount on it on the product, and when you do it that way, because it's going to be much more just retailing and be buying just one time. So on the subscription, if you commit yourself to 90 days. The other thing is that if for example you go like on the 4th month, you order, they also give you back some products, right? Like they give you the equivalent to what you have been buying. If you're spending like $100 or $200, right? At the end of that, they give you bonus points so that you can actually get free products on that. They give you like 5% on like on the 2nd month, of the order. The first you have the enrollment order, but on the second order you get like a 5% back in points basically. So you get rewarded, points. So then you will end up getting free products. So that's one of the advantage of going out. Even to the 4th month. At the end of that month, they'll give that to you. So they're really trying to incentivize people to stay on the products at least for that period of time, 90 days. When you see it's working, you don't want to stop, right? So because I've known people who have stopped and then all of a sudden they have to come back to it, and because they never felt because of how they were feeling, because right now, because this made them feel so good, get used to it. They get busy sometimes not taking the stuff, and then all of a sudden they stop. Then they have to get back on the products in order to restore that good feeling. So they work.
Yeah, that like me. Sometimes when I go off, that's exactly what happens.
Yeah,
yeah, it's true.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes. Yeah.
Been using it for a long time, so.
How long have been using it, Bobby?
Oh, you?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe about you may be going 2 years.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, about 2
I think
years.
so, Marv.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I remember, I don't know if Bob remembered. I called him because I usually ask him if I need any good like products, supplements or so, because of his condition. He does a lot of research, so he always, like anything he recommends usually works for me. So I had some serious joint problems, issues going up the stairs or down the stairs, and I could hardly go up and down, and you know, he told me, he recommended it, and I took it, started taking it, and then I was running up the stairs, and I realized in mid track, I said, "Oh, but the other day, because I'm a skeptic, so I didn't really put my whole faith or anything in it." And I realized, and I said, "Oh," then I had to call him and said, "Bob, look, guess what happened today?" So, and it really works for me because I'm usually a sleepy. I'll just want to go in my bed, just, kind of low energy kind of thing. But it's not like that anymore. I have a lot of energy when, moving about and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
that worked. I remember my daughter uh, took it. But she because she works from home and after working all day, she's tired. She just goes to sleep. After work, right?
Mhm.
Um, and then she took it. She called me and said, "Look, yeah, man, this thing is so good. Um, I, you know, I got up and I started cleaning my bathroom and all that after work. I never did, never would do anything like that. I would be gone to sleep. So, it is making a difference with a lot of people. You know, of course, she reminded me. Said that's the only thing she ever take complete because normally she try this, try that, but then she leave maybe half a bottle there and I'll use it. But micro daily is something different, and it's good for kids too. And that's the thing. Even somebody was telling us about a 2 month old they gave it to because the 2 month old was hungry and then they didn't have any formula. The formula ran out and they didn't have, she was is a grandmother, and she was on the call this evening actually. So she and then she gave it to the 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 2 month old baby, and this after that the baby was laughing and now everything was good, you know. So because it's just natural, pure stuff, none of the synthetic kind of stuff that is out there that they get, and he makes sure. And even how it's formulated, the quantity of the products together, it's almost like you're making a cake and you have to put precise ingredients. This is how this is made up, right? It's not something just thrown together. You put some of this like Centrum Silver. I mean, they just put things in it. Oh, you have 1,001 things, and some of those things they're not supposed to be together, you know, and because then it creates more of a problem. And some of these things you can actually overdose on them. With micro daily, no overdose, right? No overdose. There's no toxic level, with it. You don't. There's you just take it. It works, and that's the whole point. You can't because like for example, like somebody with cancer, they take like 27 like 999. I mean, like, of this, like, for example, the capsule 999, 27 a day, right? And I mean, the normal dose is what, 6, right? But when you have like stage 4 cancer, you have to step it up, and they take that amount, um, and they're okay with it. It gets rid of the cancer. As a matter of, it helps the body, not it itself, basically, but it builds the immune system, and that when your immune system really takes care of stuff, like help you to starve the cancer cells of what you mentioned, glutamine and glucose. So yeah.
About autism.
Oh, actually, there was a story with this person that was autistic. She wouldn't look in people's faces. Like she would go out. I mean, there's something on that. I have I don't know if I got it the other day. Anyway, she yeah, she wouldn't look in people's faces and wouldn't talk, engage with anyone. And then she came on and she told her story herself. She was with her mom because she got up. She was so upfront, whatever, and all that. And she makes sure she takes her product.
Mm.
So it seemed to have a positive effect on autism.
So which formula you said for the energy?
Well, the micro daily itself, like the micro daily along with the probiotic, and with the other stuff, because all together, right? They all work together synergistically. So as you mentioned, the core four is usually the best because it covers all the bases, right? Um, because it didn't mention this, but like even with the omega, um, because some people are low in omega. As a matter of fact, what it shows is that 97% uh, of the population, the United States population, is deficient in omega. They said, right? Um, so the omega, because you have the omega with DHA and EPA, and it takes care of course, inflammation, so it helps. But the other thing that it does, it also helps your body to to um to to actually what I'm trying to look for the right term here. Anyway, it seems just the same like insulin works, right? Because your cells have a receptor to take in sugar, where it takes in the sugar to burn, right? Now, when that closes up, when the cells get insensitive to insulin, right? Um, then, of course, this without insulin, even the omega 3, that's the one that they produce, right? Can actually help the cells to open up to take in the sugar to burn it, right? They don't have sugar floating around in your blood, basically. So it actually even works like insulin, in a way, right? So that actually helps with that. But yeah, overall though, all the products work together. There's a synergy with them and help you. But at least the very basic stuff one would do would be the micro daily along with probiotic. And depending on what is happening, what you're challenged with, you might have to, especially with any chronic problems, you might have to double up on the omega. Because, sometimes somebody's going through something, well, you need extra amount because like somebody need 4 times the amount of micro daily, then, maybe is just that along with the probiotic that one might have to be using, and until later on they can cut 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 down on it. Yeah, but and like the boost products, you add them as necessary. The one for the heart boost, it helps is because it helps with circulation, and that is what how it helps too. Like, so your body get the nutrient things moving around much better. Help with your heart, but then no, it also help with other issues, circulatory issues.
Mm. Thanks.
Yeah.
Bob, would you say the heart boost is like a blood thinner?
Not so much a
No.
blood thinner, more like it dilates the blood vessels, right?
Okay.
Right. So it helps the blood vessels to open up. So that's what it. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. And what about lupus? Would you recommend the micro dailies for the lupus?
Yes. Oh, but if you ask that question later, earlier, because
I know, I didn't
yeah,
have enough time.
oh, because there was a sister on, she had lupus, and the doctor said because they can't understand how she's going toward not in crisis all the time, right? Because they expect her to be in crisis and all that, but she's just going and everything is looking good on her side. So it does help with lupus.
Okay,
You
great.
know,
Thanks.
because she's not getting any flare-ups or anything like that, like, you know, she normally gets. So, yeah. Yeah, she was on. That would have been a good story for her, you know, from her, because she knows. As a matter of fact, I did ask her about, because yeah, she did give me some information for somebody some time ago on this
Okay.
stuff. Mm, yeah, but you know, it's just that you, what they're doing is really giving the body what it needs, right? And that's the thing. The body need to be taken care of, right? You need to feed it and feed it properly, and that is what this is about. You know, giving your body the nutrients that it needs in order for it to function as it should. You know, because apart from that, man, some good stuff. A lot of work went into, because this Dr. Prasad, the man is 90 years old and he's still going strong. I mean, he made a present. He was talking actually on this evening too, earlier, because they were talking about, you know, the products, how they, he and the owner of the company, how they came together and did work. You know what kind of work went into this. So he has been working at this because he used to teach it, at the medical, in medical school, because he was a professor, you know, and he had been teaching about all this stuff, and then making that started the formulation, of course, government, like with Micro Daily itself. Yeah, I mean, it was funded by Congress. Right? They wanted it. They paid the money for it, you know, to be developed. But then it was working so well, you know. So now it's the public has it. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Bob. Shelly, thanks so much. I'm gonna go. Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Problem.
All
Okay.
right.
Thank you, Self.
Yeah, man.
You're
Take
welcome. Have a
Bobby.
good evening.
Yeah.
Bye.
Man. All right. It was
Okay.
good.
Bye-bye now.
Bye
Yeah.
bye.
And take care. All right.
Lord, you can go.
Huh? What's she going to?
Lord, you too, but she never.
Uh,
Lord. Oh yeah. What?
Mm-hmm. Nothing. That's where we left.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for coming.
You're welcome.
all right,
I'm,
Lorian.
yeah, all right. But I think about for try the fourth something.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
me let me think about it. So you have to pay for shipping and handling, or you just
Well, they just the standard thing for, for shipping and handling. What,
okay.
9.99 something like
All right, I'll think about it and then tell me no.
that. Yeah, man.
All
Oh
right,
yeah,
all
yeah.
right.
Good to give it a try.
Yeah, yeah, Bob, you look good.
Thanks.
I know, right?
Look so good.
Thank you, thank you. Oh
Mm.
yeah, I feel good too. So that's,
Yes.
oh yeah.
Yeah, man, you look really, really good.
Oh, thanks, thanks.
Mm. So,
Yeah.
you're a living testimony to know your worth.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah, we work, man. It work, it work. I mean,
Mhm.
because somebody used to happen to me, you know, there was something that gone behind me, it,
Wow.
because body pain and all that, me used to have them something
Mhm.
anymore.
Yeah.
And also you know, me used to have some burning in my feet. I mean, putting my foot down on the ground so I feel like a fire, like just to touch a carpet. You know, then something like gone. We sort of like sciatica, hurt and
Gone.
me no feel it. Yeah. And then of course, my body itself in itself with all my muscle there may show flow. Um, you know, like with biceps and whatever them just. Of course, I've been using the T something they call T boost. And I noticed because I can see the difference with that like for men. So
Oh, the men product them have
right,
the
testosterone boost, right? T boost.
Oh.
So it
yeah,
helps with
this
that.
this are for the man and this are for women with menopausal and I guess
Right.
all women because them say the period and so.
Oh yes. People well.
Reduce night sweat, enhance sexual health, restful sleep, improve mood, increase energy, bone health.
No, when you talk about sleep, I tell you, say, it was like when me just start taking. Me say I sleep like man. The time me say, man, hope you sleep. So realize I it make me can really sleep deep. So me really, anytime me sleep deeply now. Much deeper.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, it's worth a try.
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Yeah, man. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you.
All right, Bob, you take care.
Yeah,
And
man.
Sally,
All right, Lorraine. Yeah,
Sally, I
man.
work tomorrow.
Yeah, in the afternoon.
All right, well, we talk in the morning then.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Where's the love?
Tell Florence, me say bye.
Yeah, Bob?
Oh. Huh?
Bob, tell Florence I said take care.
Yeah, Flo. Lorraine, I talk to you. I say, take care.
Yeah, man, I talk just now, but tell her to say
Oh.
tell her bye, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
All right,
Okay.
and thanks again.
All right. Yeah, man. Take care. Yeah.
Bye. Bye, Bobby.
Yeah, man. Take care.
Oh,
All right.
Bob, before you
Uh-huh.
go. So,
Mm.
so, or maybe I'll ask you this. So when them reach out to Jonathan, like for them, like him recommend one of them forget like if them have a person that like a
Mm.
specific health issue.
Mm.
Yeah. And when him recommend what them forget, so
Mm.
will it come back to me or he go
Yeah,
to
man.
the
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah. You know, contact me or you. I always know how we figure.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
man.
how with the like if they want the product, what we for them? Or
Okay.
let them order it or
No. You can't get me involved or Jonathan involved to set it up, right? But
okay.
because um
Okay.
because
So anyone one of them wants to set it up, have you guys do it.
right, yes,
Oh,
because
that's
we need to help them through the process.
okay. All right.
Yeah, man. All
Cool.
right, cool.
Thank
Take care.
you.
Yeah, man. Anytime.
Thank you. It was a good evening.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I'll do that. All right.
All right, cool.
Yeah, man.
Bye.